The nation's capital is full of monuments and memorials honoring the country's presidents. But there is a biker who wants to make sure that first ladies get their due, too. Kay Angrum from our partners at Circa takes us on this part of his tour.
Andrew Oak isn't your average historian who knows a lot about first ladies. That's why they call him the First Ladies Man.
Right here in Washington, D.C., their influence is so great, and they had such a huge impact on this city and our lives, it's easy to walk around town and see evidence of their influence everywhere.
So the Washington Monument, it's more than just for walking up and snapping photos, right?
Absolutely. It's one of the most iconic symbols of Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and it was finished when First Lady Lucy Hayes reinvigorated the project after the Civil War.
Next up, the National Gallery of Art.
So not every first lady was married to a president, right?
No, absolutely. There have been nieces and daughters and all kinds of women that have stepped in and done hostessing duties when a spouse was not available to the president. Harriet Lane being one of them. President Buchanan was the only bachelor president not to marry, and she's why we have the National Gallery of Art.
And what's a tour of D.C. without visiting the White House?
Has every first lady lived in the White House?
Well, not every first lady has spent every day in the White House. Martha Washington didn't have a White House to live in. But Melania Trump is young and in good health, so we would think that she should or would. If she does not, it will not be unprecedented, but it will be unusual in more recent times. This was the White House in 1814. The British burned the White House during the War of 1812, and this is where Dolly had hundreds of guests would go into this relatively small house compared to the White House.
Well, Andy, I had a blast today learning about our country's first ladies on the back of your Harley. It was amazing.
For Circa, I'm Kay Angrum.
It's a different type of tour.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting, very intimate, very cool. But I didn't know the octagon served that as that purpose. It's very cool.
We learned something from the biker.
Love my job.